Hey y'all, welcome to Mr. Cantaro's monthly tarot forecast for May 2022. I am Rachel Moon, and thank you all for joining me for this month's forecast. Before we get into the cards, I would like to talk about the astrology for this month. We're going to be starting off the month of May with a solar eclipse, which is actually happening April 30th, but we will be feeling this energy as we're moving through the month into the full moon in Scorpio, which will be happening on May 15th. This is the eclipse portal. So the solar eclipse on April 30th, the lunar eclipse on May 15th, and moving through that stretch of time, we'll have a specific kind of energy surrounding us, challenging us, helping us to grow. This energy will be in Taurus. And so the eclipse in Taurus, happening in Taurus, will be bringing some chaos and some challenges around money and security. And I will say more about that in the new moon forecast, which I'll be putting out this week as well. Also, on May the 1st, we have Venus in Pisces sextiling Pluto in Capricorn, and this is bringing in some social fun energy. This will just be kind of a lighthearted, funny, fluffy kind of energy to enjoy time with friends, getting creative, having some fun in the sun on a Sunday for you on May 1st. So enjoy that. On May 2nd through the 28th, Venus is moving into Aries, and this will bring some passion to our relationships, bring some confidence in for us if we are looking to make some moves in relationship or meet some new people, get out into the world and socialize in a romantic way. This Venus in Aries energy is going to be very beneficial to that. So tune into that energy May 2nd through the 28th. And then we do have Mercury retrograde happening this month in Gemini. It's going to be May 10th through June 2nd. So we all know that energy can be confusing and disruptive. So just be present with that and allow it to move through without attachment if you can. It's not a good time for signing contracts, not a good time for, making any new commitments. Just, do the best that you can if you have to make one of those kinds of choices. And then May 15th is the full moon in Scorpio, and this is going to be a lunar eclipse. So this is going to be a major time for letting go, breaking free from the past, purging from the darkness, because Scorpio is about death and rebirth. So there's going to be that sort of energy around this lunar eclipse happening on the full moon. Big energy of just breaking free, purging, letting go. And then May 30th, we have the new moon in Gemini. And that will be a fun, lighthearted time for enjoying your friends and family and just having some connection with others. So all of that is our brief astrology for the month. And as far as the numerology for this month, we have an 11. So that is the Justice card. And I chose this from the Labyrinth Tarot. If you are familiar with the movie, this is the tunnel that Sarah falls down in, and the hands sort of help her. They're called the helping hands. But these helping hands, they don't really help. They're more, they allow her to fall through this tunnel without hurting herself, but they're not exactly doing what she wants them to do. They're doing what they think is best. And so I feel like at times that is what justice is. It's not necessarily going to give you what you want, but it is going to give you what it thinks is best. So there might be some of this in the air for the month of May, where we're experiencing perhaps the return of some things karmically that we're needing to face and adjust to and be aware of and open to. And it's also possible that we will have some helping hands coming in and maybe giving us what we need versus what we want. So be aware of those energies happening this month as well with the numerology. So our cards for this month of May for love, relationships, and life purpose will be coming from the Mystic Mondays Tarot. And of course, we will pull a card for love from the Romance Angels Oracle deck. And for our additional messages, I will be pulling cards from the Storytelling deck. I'm loving this for its whimsical and fun addition to my readings. And then, of course, we will find the Archangel of the Month from the Archangel's Inspirational deck. And just to set the tone and the energy for this, and to call in any beneficial spirits which wish to assist us in the energy of this reading, I will pull a card from my magical hat. No, I'm going to ring this gong for us to clear and settle the energies and get us in a mood for the mystical. All right. Beautiful. So let's take a look at love and relationships for May. What do you want to reveal to us? We have the Princess of Wands coming out, and this particular card has had some love from some cats in the past, so it's a little holy in more ways than one. Yes, the Princess of Wands. So this goes along with that Venus and Aries energy, I feel like, because this is a fiery card. This is a fiery character in the tarot, and it's new energy. So there's an excitement. There's a enthusiasm around whatever you're moving into in terms of new projects, new relationships, new friendships, new territory in friendship and relationships. So this is bringing in also some adventure for those relationships. And I just feel this opening, this sense of things being broader, wider, more accessible, more territory, more exciting. So, I see the mountains in the back here. There's this space between, and it's like there's going to be a moment of calm before the next big wave of energy comes in. So just being aware that there may be some peaks and valleys happening in that energy this month with relationships and love. And so, if there seems to be a lull or a quiet period, don't allow that to get your hopes down or, discourage you in a relationship or around a certain issue in a relationship. All right, let's see what the Romance Angels would like to add to this. Healing family issues. So with that new energy coming in, there will be some older issues that are coming up. So, and this could be in friendships as well. Even though usually the Romance Angels cards are pulled for love relationships, we can experience past issues coming up in any relationships that we have, if they are of an intimate nature, or even if they are just a relationship where there's a certain dynamic. So like in work relationships, sometimes our bosses can trigger us and bring up old stuff from being a child, being a young person, and having familial issues or issues in school. So we will be receiving a lot of healing in terms of our older issues, our core issues, subconscious issues in relationships this month. And I'd just like to add one of these as well for love and relationships this month. See what energy is coming out. Closed. So there may be some ways that you're feeling closed off, and that could be from these family issues that are being triggered. While this energy of the Princess of Wands is open, it's also childlike. So if there's family issues, if there's old issues from being young, being vulnerable, that, we're not healed, this Princess of Wands could actually bring up times when you're just shutting down to other people. And that could actually be, that freeze response that can come up when we're in fight or flight, because it's fight, flight, fawn, or freeze. So I see this closed door as being even more reason to explore those areas where we've been hurt in the past, where we might get confused in situations and relationships, and our nervous systems are being set off by challenges, and then we freeze, we shut the door on something perhaps that isn't appropriate for us. Maybe we're seeing red flags, or maybe those things that we are reacting to are actually things that were happening in the past that we need to clear up before we can move forward. All right. And it makes a lot of sense to me that we're seeing these cards because, we're moving into the summertime. People are becoming more social. We're getting out more. We're seeing more people. And I think this year people are specifically just feeling more open because it does feel like we've moved out of that pandemic mentality, even though we do still need to be cautious. It's a little more hopeful. And, I think that there's going to be a lot of opportunity for us to heal these issues and to have these kinds of experiences where the inner child is being stimulated and being, excited and drawn into the conversation with others. All right, so for life purpose, what card do we have coming out? We have the Two of Swords in the reverse. So when I look at this, I think of Coco Chanel every time. This particular version of this card is so interesting to me in that regard. It looks like that logo, but well, let's go with that. If we're looking at the Two of Swords, life purpose, Coco Chanel. Coco Chanel was one of the most motivated artists in the design world. She was very innovative. She had a lot of great ideas, a lot of artistic ability, and was inspired by nature, by color, by human beings and human interaction. So, when we see this in the reverse, this Two of Swords coming up in the reverse, and we're looking at inspiration, motivation, excitement, the mind is muddled around that. And this could be maybe energy that we're going to be experiencing closer to the 10th of May when we're moving through Mercury retrograde, especially if we're talking about Mercury retrograde is going to be in Gemini. So that mind energy is really going to be tied up in that time period with this card coming out. And it's just really to be aware that we may have some difficulty making decisions, especially in our life purpose, with our creativity, with our careers, with relationships that are key and important. We may have some need to slow down, some need to maybe postpone some things until we feel a little more clear. And then let's see what card would like to come out here for life purpose. All right, so yes, slowing down does seem to be key. We've got this little beaver or platypus on a unicycle with a box, and there's some secret that is going to be revealed through whatever decisions we're needing to take the time to act upon, to decide upon, because, it's possible the reason that this is taking so long, these decisions, this thinking, it's possible that this is taking so long because there's something we're not seeing, something that needs to be, there's time that needs to be taken to understand what's really going on behind the facade of what we believe, what we're not sure about, sorting some things out. So take some time to get clearer and slow down. And I'll just pull one more here for this theme of life purpose. What else would you like us to know? Okay. Another 2. So this definitely is around relationships connected to your life purpose with this 2 of Cups in the reverse. Lots of indecision, and definitely could be coming back to healing family issues. Because if we're having triggers around relationships that remind us of the past, that are bringing us back into old stuff, old relationships, then it's entirely possible that decision making in those relationships that are current is slowed down, is locking us up. It's not helping our creativity. It's needing us to really take a break and wait and see what's going to happen. Wait and see what's really going on behind the scenes, behind our predisposed or our prejudgment, our predisposition to assume we know what's going to go on. We assume we know the other person. Maybe there's more there that we're not acknowledging or we're not recognizing in this situation. And this 2 of Cups reversed also may be the twins in Gemini. And with that Mercury retrograde in Gemini, just having this feeling of opposites pulling at each other and having it be a little bit difficult, a little bit thick to move through, the energy just not flowing the same way that it has in the past or what we expect for this time of year. So just needing to be really patient with it and be open to what is to come. All right. So finally here, we will have a look at the Archangel for the month. Ooh, making a mess. All right. All right. What Archangel wants to join us for this month of May? We have Raziel. And Raziel is magic, alchemy, bond of heart and mind. So this energy can help us with all of this mired down energy that we're experiencing with these other cards. So where there's a closed door, where there is shut down energy, we have to call upon Raziel to help us use that alchemy of the heart and the mind to break through boundaries within ourselves, break through those things that we know aren't serving us anymore, that we know aren't helping us to grow, aren't helping us to be close with others. They're not helping us to be our best selves. And, using this energy of the heart and the mind to open up to possibilities that we hadn't considered before, that may be connected to those old family issues that are holding us back. So allowing that past stuff to fall away by alchemizing the heart and the mind. And what does that mean? So that means that we're taking old energies and we're sort of making them the compost for new growth. So, compost gets really hot, and that food waste turns into dirt, and that dirt makes new growth. So when we have old energy, we allow it to burn away, and that can be very uncomfortable. It can be very difficult, but it is worthwhile in the end. So allow Raziel to help you to alchemize the past issues, turn them into something new that you can work with, that you can understand. And some of that may be integrating that old stuff. So sometimes those old ways, they're just needing to be integrated and brought into balance, brought into right size, because some of it is helpful to you, but some of it might be hindering you as well. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm so happy to have you all as my Patreon followers, and I hope that everyone has a beautiful month of May. I will be making some announcements on some new partnerships that I have with companies in the new moon in April forecast coming up. So be on the lookout for that, and also some events coming up as well. I hope everyone enjoys the beautiful awakening of spring, and blessings and peace to you all. I will see you soon.